ano,
Okay,
nakikita
go
na
ahead.
po?
Yeah, yes, yes, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Ah, okay. To continue with the chapter 7 with the assigned topics, digital transformation and technology in governance, social innovation, and community engagement. Digital transformation and technology in governance. Digital transformation is revolutionizing governance by integrating technology into public service delivery, policy making, and citizen engagement. Through innovations such as e-governance platforms, artificial intelligence, and blockchain, governments can enhance efficiency, transparency, and accountability. These technologies not only streamline administrative processes, but also empower citizens to actively participate in governance. However, ensuring inclusivity, addressing the digital divide, and protecting data privacy are essential to make digital governance equitable and truly transformative. So, digital transformation in governance makes service delivery more efficient, transparent, and citizen-centered. Technology allows governments to respond faster, reduce corruption, and engage communities in public decision-making. Example po nito ay yung citizens access permits, pagbabayad ng taxes, and yung pagpapile ng complaints online. Lahat po yan through cities e-governance portal. Now, here's our key points. Number one is the emerging technologies. Technologies like AI, blockchain, improve decision making and prevent fraud through automation and transparency. They help track sources, flag anomalies, and reduce paperwork. Example po nito yung sa local government uses blockchain to record land titles and prevent overlapping and claims or corruption. Next is the e-governance platforms. These platforms support digital participation, service delivery, and feedback collection. They bridge the gap between the government and the people. Okay, example po nito is yung residents submit suggestions and complaints via mobile app, which the municipal office uses to plan community improvements. Next is the smart cities. Smart city solutions use data from sensors to improve infrastructure management and urban services. This includes traffic control, waste management, and energy conservation. Example of this, traffic lights in smart city adjust automatically based on congestion data collected by road sensors. Last is the digital divide and inclusion. Excuse me. Digital divide and inclusion, rural and poor communities risk being left out due to lack of internet devices or digital literacy. Bridging the device is crucial for inclusive governance. Sample po nito yung government partners with NGOs to provide Wi-Fi hubs and tech training in isolated barangays. So for our conclusion, digital transformation for this topic, digital transformation offers powerful tools to improve government efficiency, transparency, and citizen participation by adapting technologies such as AI, blockchain, and e-governance
Yun lang.
platform.
Hindi kaya,
Public,
sige.
okay po, public institutions can better respond
Tapos
to
na.
societal needs. However, ensuring digital inclusion, protecting privacy, and addressing ethical concerns are critical to building a truly equitable and trusted digital governance ecosystem. My next topic is the social innovation and community engagement. Excuse me po. Social innovation and community engagement are vital components of inclusive and sustainable governance, focusing on grassroots solutions to address complex societal challenges. By empowering local communities, especially marginalized groups, to actively participate in decision-making and problem-solving, governments can create more responsive and culturally relevant public services. From from community health programs to heritage preservation and education initiatives, these collaborative efforts foster social equity, resilience, and trust between citizens and institutions. In an era of rapid change and uncertainty, strong community engagement ensures that no one is left behind in the development process. So, sinasabi po dito na social innovation refers to creative, community-driven solutions that solve public problems and promote inclusion. Community engagement strengthens democracy, ensures cultural relevance, and builds long-term resilience. Sample po nito, yung mga women's cooperative sets up a microloan scheme to support small businesses in an informal settlement. For our key points, first is the empowering marginalized groups. Women, youth, indigenous people, and persons with disabilities should have access to education, healthcare, and leadership roles. Inclusion, combat inequality. Okay, ang example po nito, Rural Health Center, they recruits and trains local women as midwives. Wait lang po. Mute ko lang po. Wait lang. Okay, mabalik po tayo. Sa example po nito is yung mga health center. Nagre-recruit sila and nagtitrain sa mga local women as a midwives to serve nearby communities. Dito ipinapakita na ini-engage yung mga local women or marginalized groups. Second is education and health access. Social innovation projects often focus on improving learning and health outcomes in undeserved areas. Community-led programs ensure cultural relevance. Example, volunteers launch a free weekend literacy class for out-of-school youth. Next is the cultural and heritage projects. Community efforts to preserve local traditions promote identity, unity, and tourism. These projects can also be economically sustainable. Sample po nito is yung town develops a heritage walking tour highlighting indigenous sites guided by trained local youth. So ito, ini-involve or ini-engage po natin sila. Next is last na po is yung crisis response through local networks. During emergencies, community networks are faster and more adaptable than top-down government response. This was especially evident during the COVID-19 pandemic. Sample po nito is yung neighborhood groups organized ng food sharing and caregiving networks during lockdowns. So lahat naman po tayo naka-experience nito during pandemic na involved po ang local at saka ang neighborhood groups para para mag-provide sa atin ng mga kailangan natin. Para po sa conclusion ng topic na to, social innovation and community engagement create sustainable solutions by involving people directly in addressing local challenges. These approaches build social capital, promote equity, and foster collective ownership of development initiatives. For governments to succeed in inclusive governance, they must invest in empowering communities and nurturing collaborative partnership at all levels. Ito na po yung end ng aking report. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you so much, presenter, no? Fiscal decentralization is when the national government gives more financial power, no, to the local government, like provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangays, no? Instead of the national government controlling all the money, local governments are allowed, no, to collect their own revenue, like local taxes, and spend it on the projects that matter most to their communities, no? Sabi nga ni presenter kanina. And another concern, of course, is the challenges, no? While fiscal decentralization brings many advantages, it also comes with challenges. Not all LGUs have the same capacity or skill to manage budget effectively, right? So some areas may misuse funds or lack transparency, leading to corruption. It's also difficult for poorer LGUs to raise enough revenue on their own, so they will still depend heavily on the national government's internal revenue allotment on, or now called the national tax allotment. So to make fiscal decentralization work better, I believe, no, local officials need training in budgeting, accounting, and project management. Our citizens should be encouraged to participate in budget hearings and hold leaders accountable. And the national government, I think, should also monitor fund usage and support LGUs with fewer resources. So when done right, I think, no, fiscal decentralization empowers communities. It strengthens democracy by bringing government closer to the people. Because when people attend their barangay's public hearing and suggest building a drainage system, and the LGU actually includes it in the budget, that's decentralization in action. Okay? So thank you so much. Okay, next presenter.